Good afternoon. Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, ancestryslands.com. I'm right now, I believe, in West Philly area. As you can see, the neighborhood is quite it's different, you know. Um One thing I want to talk about today, this area that I'm in, you can see the house here on the left corner, this yellow house on the corner here, and you can see the level of dilapidation. And it's not to point out, being in a predominantly African American neighborhood, it's very hard for people who are, it's even myself, in affluent areas to understand what it's like in areas like this, where it is not the level of wealth, the level of, and you can see it as you drive through. You're going to look and see the quality of the buildings, the lack of up to date remodeling. I'm crossing right now where the trolleys are. You can look and see how the neighborhoods are here. These are the row houses in Philly. If you've never seen them, take a good look. And you're seeing, I guess you want to say, what the leading political party, what they're voting for, what they're trying to get the vote for. This is what the city areas really look like. The areas that keep the people in power. This is what kids are raised in. This is what they learn is natural. I'm looking at buildings that look like they should not be inhabited. Streets with trash, and this is not to say there, but this is the habitat of the animal that is human being, that is man. And this is a particular demographic that lives here. Now, you may not be able to see it as clearly as I can, but it's a close look at what the streets of Philly really look like. And one thing I can say is they're not clean. Now it's clean where you see me at. It's clean where you see me drive through, because I drive through the parts where the money comes in, where all the politicians, they want to show you where that is. And that's the issue, is that these are the areas they don't want you to see. These are the areas that they don't want to be talked about. These are the areas that they want people to just vote and then go about your way, go along your day. They're not looking at or talking about wealth. This is not an area that I look at as being people who are going to have upward mobility. As you can see, most of the houses have debris in front of them. And these are my people I'm looking at walking around. This is not affluence. This is not wealth building. This is what affirms when I said the Economic Institution of Poverty and Wealth said that by 2053, the African American population will have zero wealth. That's zero. And I look at this as that I say our vote matters no more, because places like this, they're just densely populated. They've already won. They've already achieved overtaking the African American community. And they made sure that you're invested in having nice cars, but your habitat is poisonous to you. And that's either through, sorry, I'm going right, ma'am. That's either through the way you treat your habitat, or the fact that you are so indoctrinated. Look at these roads. You can see how much is bumpiness. You are so indoctrinated that there is no need to do anything because your vote is guaranteed. I mean, it is fall out here, but you can just see even the public schools that you just crossed through on the left here. Okay, you want to just go ahead, because, fuck it if I'm driving. Yeah, she's got an attitude, look on her face, twisted ass mouth. I have the right of way, and she's gonna make a left turn right in front of me. I'm past the stop sign. You can see the business right here on your right, torn down, worn down, and more buildings are, this denigration. You can see it here. And I'm sure this area once upon a time was gorgeous and beautiful. But that's the problem. It's not. It's not anymore. You have children that are going to grow up in this kind of environment. Look at that. There you go. There you go. Biden Harris. There you go. Make another one. Yep. Even though Harris is not running, you're going to have children growing up and they're going to think that this is normal. It is normal to have trash out on the street. It's normal for most of the cars to look run down. It is normal to not have any upward mobility and be in a place where it does not look like there's any growth, any high level education. You'll see generation after generation living in the same area or the same blocks. And this is what they don't show you about Philly. Or this is why Philly is one of the most dangerous cities. And it is not because of the people, it is because of the habitat. It is because, again, it does not, there's no presentation that anything should be preserved. If anything, the real estate is right where they want it, where guys such as myself that are real businessmen look at this as opportunities to come and change the entire demographics by buying up the real estate and then afterwards getting rid of the people. See stray cats down the alleys and the streets. I mean, in affluent areas, you'd be hard pressed to see this look like this. They wouldn't let this go like this. But this is what the leadership fought for. This is what King marched for. This is what King died for. This is what Malcolm X died for. They gave their lives so we could have the choice to live and thrive. And what I see is just degradation. And this is how the other society, they view us as a people. And this is not who we really are. This is what happens. This is a warning to all the other immigrants that are going to come into areas, rezone and populate. This is the formula of how once they bring you in and get you here, they look to degrade your culture, to bring down your who you are. And you can see it. Don't look at African American communities and say not us. They're saying we've already got the formula, we've got the blueprint, we know what to do. We know exactly how to replicate this and make this more of the same. This is not where you'll find the people who want the black vote at trying to make these communities more progressive. I mean, even the businesses look run down. And all they're going to do, I mean, every place looks like it's boarded up. Every place looks like a trap house. Every place looks like, I mean, just look at it. And it's upsetting to see that most people who want out of this have to move away from this in order to have a chance to be different, to get out of the mindset that is dragging us down. When I say wealth will be gone by 2053, that there will be no wealth, you see why. There can be no acquisition of land and anything else of greater value when you don't aspire for more than just this. Take a good look, because this is just one of the many cities that will fall into ruin, be bought up by real estate moguls, changing the neighborhood through gentrification, making sure that they stay in power through gerrymandering, and making sure that the elites have what they need. Look at this trash right here on the left. Now, look at the trash out on the street on the right. Look at it. Just take a hard look. Don't think that this is just, look at this car going by, right? Don't think that this is not, look at black people. This could be any culture. This is a warning. This is a clear example of what will happen to your neighborhoods and your cities once they say you don't matter anymore. Once they say they got your vote because you gave away your power, there is no longer any more power in your vote, because you vote because they are, not because of what they will give you, not because they're going to make changes, not because they're going to address issues, but because you're just supposed to vote because. But you can look and see your neighborhoods are not thriving. And there is no ask for change. You have your gatekeepers, the people that are there to make sure that you go along party lines and you vote the right way. The people that, I mean, every time I go through a different section, I smell marijuana. So if they can't convince you to go along, they're going to make sure that the people are medicated enough not to be aware that they are actually living in filth and degradation. They're going to make sure that people see. I mean, look at it on the right here. This is boarded up. I mean, every opportunity you could to be able to elevate the neighborhood, it's boarded up. Just look. And when we let this type of thing fall, you already are saying that the blueprint is positive. No problem. You guys are not them. They're not like us, right? We'll go with that Kendrick Lamar one. They're not like us. We're of the right color, but at the same time, the blueprint can now be repeated. So you're safe for now. Look at this house over here to the right. Look at this. You're safe for now until when? When do you now say that, okay, now we might be in danger? You don't. You know why you don't? Because you're good for today. It's the black people's fault right now. They're on the line. No need to worry. We're good for another 20, 50 years. But you're not going to do anything to change that now. You're not going to support that group. But once they get better with this formula, they'll be coming for you next. Because what you did was allow them to make sure that they could work on taking away from a group, and then they could just do it to another group. They might change up some taxes. And when they do that, then what? Then what? What happens after that? What happens when they're allowed to change the tactics up? Your children, your grandchildren, whatever you're building for today will be lost. So I say to you folks right now, see what's happening, know what's happening, and ask, how long until it happens to you? Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands. This has been an eye-opener, a shock, and disheartening. It hurts my heart to see this. Ancestry Lands, ancestrylands.com. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and share this video, because it's no longer just black people. It's just going to be people eventually. Phil Davis, and I'm out.